What will happen if the sun disappears? After 1 hour, after 1 year, after 1000 years, or after 100 billion years? Then what will happen is a fantasy, but in any way, if it occurs, that remarkable thing you will be heading to see it. Let's come to this incredible incident, which will make you surprised. A spaceship sized to our moon has arrived in our solar system. The people of our planet were unknown to this. This spaceship has arrived from another galaxy with advanced technology and having aliens who arrived here to take our sun to their planet with the help of the device named as Dyson Sphere. Since the sun is the only thing whose gravitational power enables our planets to be in the orbit and defined location, as our sun has withdrawn from that spot, all the planets of our solar system begin to move here and there. Our Earth is now floating here and there without any systematic pattern or control, because now there is no sun who can handle it or who can put the Earth in a system. On one side of the Earth, the day is still going on and nothing has been changed and everything is going regular there. And the sun is also visible clearly in the sky, and none of us being knowing that the most important thing of our solar system has been stolen. This is because the sunlight took 8 minutes 20 seconds to reach to the Earth. After 8 minutes 20 seconds, a sudden darkness has spread on the Earth, and all the stars of our space are clearly visible because there is nothing to block their rays. Moons and other planets are not visible because they don't have their own light. The impact of this incident is the most terrifying for the plants because with the help of sunlight, the trees were able to survive due to photosynthesis, but now there is no sunlight left, so plants were now not able to produce oxygen. 1 hour later, half of the world yet incapable to understand what happened. The people living on the side of Earth having night were also got to know about this incident. The whole world is shocked by this incident. The temperature has now started falling slowly and slowly. Earth is gradually starting to cool, but due to the core inside the Earth and with the help of greenhouse gases, the Earth is still hot and it did not cause much difference. 24 hours have passed. Everyone is expecting sunrise and it's 8 am, but the sun has not come out yet. Even the government is not capable of doing anything because this incident is not in the hands of human. Currently the temperature has fallen to 8 degrees Celsius. Some trees and animals have unexpectedly started weakening due to this changing weather. The entire system had been destroyed, but the life inside the ocean are not noticing any changes. To them, their world is still same. One of the specialities of this atmosphere of the Earth is that it can keep the heat from the sun inside itself for a few days, due to which there is no such situation that there is only snow and snow everywhere. But this reserved summer can last only for 3 to 4 days. 7 days later. 7 days have passed, there is still darkness on the Earth. The temperature has reached to minus 20 degrees Celsius. The thing everyone was worried about, the same thing happened. In 0 degrees, water became ice, and now the temperature of the entire world has reached to minus 20 degrees. So the water is now no longer in the form of liquid. TVs and internet have now unexpectedly stopped because the satellite which obtains energy from the sun through solar panels is no longer there. But somehow it lasted for 7 days with the help of high power batteries. Since researchers have never thought that such a day would come, that's why they didn't have any backup plan for this. All the seas and the rivers of the world are now frozen, yet only on the top layer. Due to temperature being minus 20 degrees Celsius, the electricity of the whole world is gone because the water from the dams which generates electricity is now frozen. Landline phones have also stopped now because the electricity that keeps this world on has gone off. Power is left in only a few places where electricity is produced by other means, such as geothermal energy. But due to the entire system of the Earth is moving from here and there, that system is also going to be closed in a few days. The same world which was connected with internet and phones is now completely disconnected. Most of the trees and plants are now dead because without sun and photosynthesis they are not able to survive. And now the animals that eat the trees are also dying because the plants cannot keep them alive, and due to this, there is a shortage of trees. Earlier, there used to be day and night, but now only dark and dark. A different map of stars in the sky is visible because the Earth has now arrived to an unknown place floating alone in the space. 1 month later, the temperature of the Earth is getting colder and has reached about minus 40 degrees Celsius. Now the Earth looks like frozen Earth, which is trembling from space. Almost the whole Earth is covered with snow. All the trees and plants on the Earth have died, except those who were already used to live in the cold places of the Earth. Talking about the creatures inside the sea, they too have died due to the freezing of the sea. Because all the trees and plants have died, the amount of carbon in the air has now become so much that one breath is now as dangerous as cigarette smoke. When the trees and plants were alive, they used to keep the air clean, but now there is no one to keep the air clean. There is another place where sea creatures are still alive, where the heat is high, like those rivers which are near underwater volcano. Those rivers are still in the form of liquid, so even after a month, there is still some life left in it. 2 months later, humanity moves underground. To preserve temperature, the only way is down to the center of the earth. That's why the government has arranged underground basement as deep as possible for the people so that they can go and live in them and avoid this cold weather. Along with this, if people were alive, as many people as possible have gone to the South Pole and the North Pole, because that is the only place on the earth where the most of the geothermal activities were taken place. And in the underground, since it is getting the heat from the core of the earth, due to which there is a slight heat present in that. 1 year later, the life that was left on the earth is also now over, because all the volcanoes have become inactive due to this unbearable cold, due to which the seas which were not frozen yet are frozen except one of few. Now the coolness has increased so much that there is no organism left on the earth. The layer of ice that was on the entire surface of the earth has now become thousands of times thicker. The city is now looking like this, and all the buildings is now covered with snow. It's snow and snow everywhere. But strangely, life was left in one place, just in one place. That only place is the deepest place of the sea, Mariana Trench, where it is getting heat from the core of the earth, due to which there is still liquid water left and life is alive. 2 years later, the ocean would freeze over. It would begin only on the surface of the water. The core is still there to retain its temperature. All the people are dead because surviving to this condition is next to impossible. 1000 years later, 1000 years have been passed and the earth is looking like this. The sun has not yet set. The amount of oxygen on the earth is now negligible. The temperature of the earth has reached minus 200 degrees Celsius. Now the earth has come very far from our solar system and now is floating in the space where many huge planets are moving randomly without any path. 2000 years later, atmosphere freezes since the freezing point of nitrogen is minus 210 degrees Celsius, and in our atmosphere the majority part is occupied by nitrogen gas. Meteoroids were also started falling on the earth since there is no atmosphere to stop them, and the earth is filled with craters. 50,000 years later, the earth would reach Proxima Centauri, the nearest star from the earth, rather than the sun, because its gravitational pull is constantly attracting earth towards itself. 1 billion years later, now the earth has traveled more than 100,000 light years. The deepest part of the earth's sea, like Mariana Trench, is somewhat still liquid with the help of earth's core. 50 billion years later, some organisms like extremophils may survive without photosynthesis. Now the earth will start colliding with other planets since it is moving roughly more than the 108,000 km per hour. 60 billion years later, if the Earth is still safe, there is also a possibility that the Earth will be pulled inside a black hole. Since there are more than 1 billion black holes in our Milky Way galaxy itself, 80 billion years have passed. If the Earth is still safe, which is having very less chance, the Earth may contact with a distant star. The ice would melt and the microbes would get a chance to evolve in their life. The chance of these microbes evolving into humans are very close to zero. But there is no need to worry about all these, since this is a hypothesis and has been created to explain to you the importance of the sun. Please like, share and subscribe my channel and click on the bell icons for the latest updates. Thank you.